Hello, lovelies. Happy new moon in Cancer. So a lot of people feel very warm and fuzzy and nurturing about this new moon, and I'm not saying that it can't be, but I also feel that it's got some fierceness too. And it can be friendly, but could also swim up and bite you in the ass. So I feel the perfect oracle deck for this reading is your Daily Shark Oracle, my oracle deck. You can find it on enchantpicks.com, which is soon to be minxandthemage.com. More about that at a different time. Please sign up for my email. There's a link in the bio so you can make sure that you are abreast of all the information. But we got the blue shark here, okay? And the blue shark talks about communication. You may have a lot to say, okay? And you may find yourself really expressing, I feel, the work that you have been doing internally, maybe the work that you've been doing with your relationships. And you've been on that path for a little bit, but now I feel like it's time to embody it, okay? It's time that you had that golden microphone, and you know, whether or not you have some like naysayers, you need to speak up. And what you're saying is not only going to have weight, but it has worth, and you sparkle and you shine. And if they have a problem with it, if you're too bright, then they better go ahead and put on some shades, because this reminds you that you are to be clear, you are to be authentic. Like I said, I feel like this is saying about embodying all the things a lot of people have been working on, okay? This is also to remind you to stick with that energy, because words are spells, and your action should be alchemy as long as what your words and your actions match, okay? They should be intertwined, they should be aligned. Don't be saying one thing and then be doing another, and vice versa. You know, like I said, this can find you with that golden microphone. This could find you in the spotlight, especially when it comes to things at home, because we also have the black tip reef shark. So this reminds us of not just home and hearth things, but also the wellness and the health of the home. And you have to go ahead and speak your piece, because if you don't, the home could get, you know, the home front anyway, can get pretty toxic pretty quick. So while this could be literal, paying attention to your home, cleaning it, doing needed repairs, beautifying it, definitely rearranging the furniture. I had a moment yesterday. I rearranged all the furniture in a room by myself. Should not have done it, but I'm okay. And I was driven to do it. And when I tell you I moved everything in that room, I mean everything. I didn't blink, I didn't bat an eyelash, I didn't wait for someone to help me lift it. It just needed to be done. And I have to tell you, I feel all the better for it. That room feels better, the house feels better. So think of those things. I also want you to pay attention to your filters, your water filters, your air filters. I do not want you to filter yourself though. This shark reminds us of boundaries, okay? They take up space, and that is their boundary. They don't need any other kind of boundary, okay? These particular sharks actually aren't territorial, but they don't share their home and that space with other species, okay? So this is a reminder to not to be doing things because you feel obligated, because you feel have to. You know, be particular about who and what is in your home. It might be time to purge. Okay, with that said, you might want to go ahead and think about some travel. If you've been hemming and hawing about travel, you should probably be doing it. Maybe don't go ahead and tell people about your travels. Maybe save ideas for later, or just, you know, post those pictures later after you've come back, or after you've already decided, you know, you're well on your way. This is very stealthy, swift movement. This is not exactly informing other people of what you're doing, but getting it done, okay? this is also speaking to not being able to not take people into consideration too much. You should always consider your environment and others around you, but not to your detriment. So this is also too to remind you to be able to quickly and with stealth change courses of action, and that goes for people, places, and things that you're doing. Okay, this is making sure that you're taking care of yourself first and foremost. If you need to change course, whether you decide suddenly you don't want to eat that, you don't want to go there, you don't want to do this, then what you say is bond. Okay, it's not up for debate, it's not up for questioning. What you say goes, because you're feeling that way for a reason, and it could be really helpful to your health and the health of your home, those around you, etc. So just making sure that that's something that you're enacting. Remember, we're embodying all of the work that we may have been doing on yourself, on that solar plexus. Okay, even your sacral chakras, the giving and receiving, making sure that you're in balance with that, because when you're in balance, you're ensuring abundance. Okay, you are ensuring that everything is being distributed properly. Okay, this is very much respect. This shark talks about respect as the first and foremost in any relationship. I have always said that the basis, the foundation for any relationship is respect, and our black tip reef shark here definitely backs it up. So maybe bring some plants into the home, make sure that things are really healthy with you inside and out, and you will radiate that energy. But make sure that your home doesn't need anything changed, anything updated, anything repaired, but this is very much reminding you, paired with this guy here, the blue shark, that you're saying it with your presence. You're saying it. If you do have to speak up, you are not mincing words. You are taking up space, and others will follow, or they adapt, or they won't. But you want your ecosystem and your home balanced, both inside and out. So what you say goes. You're the alpha here. So remind yourself that, and remember, words are spells, action is alchemy. Make sure that you're alignment, make sure that you're doing the things. Okay, this is your time. All right, speak up, show up. What you say goes. Take up space in your home, in your community. Take others into consideration, but not at your detriment. All right. Stones here for the blue shark is specularite. Plants, supportive plants, blue lotus, beautiful. Okay, especially before bed if you want to do some dream work. Eucalyptus to help those stuffed and repressed emotions, but also airways. Okay, chamomile for that tense, uptight, can't keep still, nervous anxiety and energy. You don't know what you want, but you need something. That would also be very helpful for the rest of your household. Okay, linden flower, wonderful heart medicine there. Also good, I feel, for some separation anxiety, if any of you are dealing that with parents or pet parents. And butterfly pea. Who doesn't love butterfly pea? Okay, whereas our black tip reef shark friend, he recommends that you have some yarrow. Okay, this is very, very expelling. Okay, get it up and out. Elderberry, very warding off of energy. Very good for immune system things, the elderberry. So if you're traveling, make sure that that's in your arsenal. Both berry and flower here. Flower if you're more prone to like earaches and things like that, or have people in your home that are like that. Rosemary, okay, great circulation plant, but also energetically, I always go ahead, and a lot of people talk about rosemary for focus, and it's great. There's actually something in my stories for some of these plants. There's a recipe for tea. But rosemary, I feel, really helps for those sticky, icky memories, okay? Things that are just kind of like on replay and you're like, I thought I dealt with this already. I thought I was done with this, or I don't want to think about it anymore. And rosemary not only gets rid of that, but it levels up the energy, okay? It raises the vibration, all right? And ginger. You know, I know you're thinking ginger's very heating and everything, but this is a great time to do those kinds of plants, especially if you're prone to stuff in the winter. You want to work with that warming energy now, especially if you are prone to headaches. Ginger is great. Remember, powdered is stronger than fresh. I know, but it is. Your stones here for the black tip reef shark are lava rock. Funny, I am wearing lava rock and I wasn't even trying today. Dragon agate, goldstone, and sunstone. All right, so that is your daily shark oracle wisdom for this new moon in Cancer. But again, I would be really going and doing all the things to stand up, stand out, speak up, speak out. Say what you mean what you say, take up that space. You've been doing the work. Now, can you embody it? And that's going to show up in where it matters most, in your home, in many ways. And remember, home starts within. Mwah. Love you guys. See you soon.